Hello. Today we're going to talk about parts of an expression, and this also goes along with parts of an equation. An equation is a mathematical sentence where you have information on the left side and on the right side. Many times we call the portion on the left and the right expressions. An expression is a mathematical sentence that has an operation, a variable, numbers, any combination of the above. The equal sign makes it an equation, and I can have two expressions that equal each other. When I'm looking at just the left side of this equation, this is an expression. It contains a variable term and it contains a constant term. Terms in many cases are two portions that are added together in a mathematical sentence. And this one has an operator that is subtraction. And remember, I said the terms that can be combined would be with addition. So 3y is a term, and -1 is a term. And 5 is also considered a term. When I'm looking at the variable, remember that stands for unknown, in front of it has a number. Typically, we call numbers that are by themselves, we call those constants. And technically, the number right in front of the variable can also be considered a constant because the operation here is multiplication. However, in most cases, when we're talking about parts of an expression or an equation, we call the number directly in front of the variable. We call that a coefficient. Okay? So let's go ahead and practice some of this. So an expression is a mathematical phrase that contains operations, numbers, and/or variables. The terms of an expression are parts that are being added. A coefficient is the numerical factor of the variable term. They are both numerical expressions and algebraic expressions. A numerical expression contains only numbers. That's why they call it numerical. Algebraic expressions include at least one variable, and it's the variable that creates the algebraic portion. For example A, they want us to identify the terms and the coefficients of the expression 8p plus 2q plus 7r. And when I look at this, terms are expressions or parts are that are being added. So I have 8p plus 2q plus 7r. So I have three terms. So my three terms are 8p, 2q, and 7r. Coefficients that's the numerical factor in the variable term, and these are variable terms. So I have an 8 in front of this p, so that's a coefficient. A 2 in front of the q, there's a second coefficient, and a 7 in front of the r, and that's my third coefficient. For example B, they want me to identify the terms and coefficients of the expression 18 minus 2x minus 4y. Since the expression involves subtraction rather than addition, we need to rewrite the expression so we're adding the terms. So we would change everything to add its opposite. So the subtraction would become addition, the positive would become negative. Same thing, subtraction would become addition, positive become negative. And so we would rewrite this as 18 plus negative 2x and plus negative 4y. In this case, my terms are 18, negative 2x, and negative 4y. So 18, negative 2x, and negative 4y. And the coefficients, remember coefficients are the numerical part of the algebraic expression, or the algebraic term. So since 18 does not have a variable, it is not a coefficient. However, negative 2 is, and negative 4 is. Example C, identify the terms and coefficients in the expression 2x plus 3y minus 4z plus 10. Since the expression involves both subtraction and addition, rewrite the expression as the addition of the terms. So we would change this from subtraction to add the opposite. So we would have 2x plus 3y plus negative 4z plus 10. The terms are each section that's being added. So I have 2x, 3y, negative 4z, and 10. The coefficients are 2, 3, and negative 4. Why is 10 not a coefficient? Correct, because it is a constant and it does not have a variable attached to it. So it says tickets to an amusement park are $60 for adults and $30 for children. If A is the number of adults and C is the number of children, then the cost for A adults and C children is 60A plus 30C. And they want to know, what are the terms of the expression? Well, I have two terms, 60A and 30C. What are the factors of 60A? And remember, factors are the parts that are being multiplied together. So one would be 60 and one would be A. What are the factors of 30 and C? Or 30C would be 30 and C. The coefficients of the expression are 60 and 30. What is the meaning of the two terms of the expression? So the first term at 60A, this is the cost per adult. And on 30C, this is the cost per child. The price of a case of juice is $15. Fred has a coupon for 20 cents off each bottle in the case. The expression to find the final cost of the case of juice is 15 minus 2/10 B, wherein B is the number of bottles. So what is the terms found in this expression? Okay, Curtis is buying supplies for his school. He buys P packages of crayons at $1.49 per package and Q packages of markers at $3.49 per package. What does the expression 1 49/100 P plus 3 49/100 Q represent? So to do that, we want to interpret the meaning of the first term. What does the coefficient 1 49/100 represent? This is the cost of one package of crayons. The term 1 49/100 P represents the cost of P packages of crayons. The coefficient represents the cost of one package of crayons. Next thing they want us to do is to interpret the meaning of the term $3.49 or 349 Q. What is the coefficient 349 represent? And they're telling us that the term represents the cost of Q number of packages of markers. The coefficient represents the cost of the package. For the entire expression, this would be represents the total cost of P packages of crayons and Q packages of markers. Interpret the algebraic expression corresponding to the given context.